I've been working on the day-to-day running of the hair and makeup department for 17 years. I started maybe a few years before as an independent designer. They brought me from the outside to work on, my first show was Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm usually in around 8:30 in the morning, and my staff comes in at 9. And the first thing we do is we pick up the show from the night before, and then we redress it and get it ready for probably about 3 days later. And then we work on upcoming shows. We're constantly building new wigs for usually the leads. And so we have that to do, and then designing and styling the new productions that are about to come on. Do you know, I've never really sat down and counted how many wigs we do in a season, because in September it would probably make me sick. But there must be around 2,500 to 3,000 wigs. I mean, Romeo and Juliet alone has 180 wigs in it. You know, and the Rose and Cavalier has 100. Each show is usually around 100 wigs. So it's a lot. There's some technical things that are more difficult, you know, like hiring somebody from Brazil to play a blonde who has a hairline, you know, almost down to his eyebrows. You know, and not necessarily a challenge, but I do have a lot of people that we try to accommodate. So I have the costume designer, we have the director, and then the actor or the singer has a say too. They have an input and a say, so we try to keep everybody happy. I mean, the creative side of working on this is the initial interaction with the costume designer. So if I've worked with them quite a bit, they usually give me a lot of free rein. If it's the first time, they're always a little skeptical, but eventually I know the singers, I know what colors work, so that part of it is left up to me quite often, unless the piece itself dictates that Roxana in Cyrano has to be blonde. You know, so we have to somehow make her a blonde. You know, so those parts of it. I think what's most unique about the Metropolitan Opera, I know it sounds so corny, but when people talk about the family here, I mean, I can get choked up thinking about like the stagehands and the costume shop, and once they accept you, which for the hairdresser takes a little bit longer, you know, after a couple, those guys, they would do anything for you. You costume shop, I see the hours that people put in, and how they want the singer to be comfortable and to be happy, and I mean, that's the part of being here. And there's a camaraderie here and a respect for each other that is really overwhelming sometimes. But the creative process is those early stages. Like now we're working on next season, and I have meetings with costume designers, and sometimes the directors are involved, and that can be quite stimulating and exciting. But I've been doing it so long, you know, it's hard to get me excited. No.